Everyone knows that forests are lush, expansive areas of pristine wilderness that are bursting with life, rich in biodiversity and breathtaking to see. Forests can survive just fine on their own. There is no need for digging, spraying, weeding, or mowing, and have for thousands of years. There are no harmful chemicals, fertilizers, herbicides, or pesticides. Imagine if the entire lush, voluminous, magnificent forest was edible. This video will talk about the concept of food forests, how we execute it, and what expertise we require to implant it. What is a food forest? As implied by the name, a food forest produces food. It is a layered system of tree canopy, undergrowth, bushes/shrubs, and ground cover that can each grow a variety of food. A food forest is typically both man-made and natural at the same time. Even though it mimics a natural forest ecosystem, the primary reason for establishing a food forest is to create a system that can provide a variety of foods with minimal inputs that also supports one another. Food forests are an old idea that have been getting a new wave of attention. Food forests have tons of benefits. Food forests can provide an abundance of a variety of foods ranging from fruits, berries, vegetables, roots, etc. Food forests require very little input and maintenance since they replicate natural systems. They create a habitat for local wildlife, pest control, and pollination. Since natural systems do not require chemical inputs, they produce much healthier foods and products. In what ways food forests fight hunger? According to the United States Department of Agriculture, a startling 40 million Americans, or 11.8% of American families, experienced food insecurity in 2017. With the concept of food forests, we can help solve problems in a way that combines social and environmental awareness. Food forests differ significantly from community gardens because they don't have endless rows of uniform plant beds. Instead, they make the most of the available space by using food-bearing trees, shrubs, greens, vines, plants, and the like to simulate natural forests. The concept behind food forests is that natural forests are highly productive in their own right and totally self-sustainable over extremely long time frames. So, by following the functional patterns that exist in a natural forest and adapting them to the conditions of light and space that each species need to be productive, we can create shallow maintenance production zones that are essentially harvest systems, explains Giuseppe Tallarico, an agronomist specializing in permaculture, food security, and environmental management systems. He is also the founder and manager of the World Permaculture Association. It takes the village to feed the hungry. Although Tallarico points out that human agroecology systems have been used in numerous other traditional civilizations over time, including those in Java, Bali, Central and South America, and New Guinea, the Asheville Forest was the first of its sort in the United States. After Asheville's inception in 1997, a few additional projects appeared here and there. Still, it was in Seattle's Beacon Hill Food Forest that gained significant attention in 2012 that these initiatives truly began to take off. Over 70 food forests have been planted in the United States as of 2018, and thousands more have been established worldwide. A single food forest per region won't completely solve the hunger problem. Atlanta's urban food forest at Browns Mill is one part of a citywide initiative to make healthy food available to 85% of city inhabitants by 2022. The area is a USDA classified food desert, so benefiting the immediate neighborhood is the primary goal, says Mike McCord, a food forest ranger with Trees Atlanta, in an email. A group of neighbors manages the community garden and herb area, while Trees Atlanta and other partners manage the orchard and forested sections of the land. How to grow your very own food forest? There are 7 layers to a food forest. Tall trees. This is your forest canopy. It should be made up of large fruit trees like apples, pears, or nuts. Trees should be planted with adequate space to allow for the full eventual size of the tree and to get sun and airflow. You do not want to plant trees too densely or the sunlight will not be able to reach the plants below. Low trees. Plant smaller trees like dwarf varieties here. Shrubs. This layer includes mostly berries, raspberries, huckleberries, blackberries, etc. Herbs. There are millions of types of herbs. Plant what you love eating most. Many make great companion plants and also offer pollination for bees. Roots. These are your plants grown mostly below the surface. Potatoes, garlic, etc. Make sure these are planted away from the trees as to not disturb each other. Ground cover. These are typically sprawling forest floor plants such as Jerusalem artichoke, strawberries, etc. Vines. This level features climbing plants such as grapes, kiwi, and sometimes even cucumbers or other plants with climbing tendencies. A good time to start is in the winter because most edible trees, shrubs, vines, and herbaceous plants can be bought and planted when dormant, which is better for the plants and your wallet. Typically, fruiting trees and shrubs are where you start when designing your food forest. Your woodland garden should be situated somewhere sunny and open. A single fruit tree with a variety of understory species can be found in as little as 100 square feet, or it can cover many acres. Unlike a traditional vegetable garden, a food forest does not require the land to be tilled and made into beds. Instead, prepare a hole for each plant separately, just like you would for decorative trees and shrubs. Before planting, you must remove weeds, grass, or other vegetation. These could be added to compost or a burn pile for later use. Now you're ready to plant your trees and shrubs. Just remove the mulch and make small holes in the cardboard near each plant's placement. Plant placement in the landscape is the next phase. Place the tallest species, also known as canopy plants, in the northern end of the planting area, moving toward the southern end with progressively smaller plants. Plant sun-loving species in the spaces between trees, then as the forest grows, swap them out for more tolerant shade species. Remember to allow for the full-grown canopy size later in time. The best time to start a food forest is right now. It's time we become self-reliant and produce our own food. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Please subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.